So guys, let me tell you guys what I've been through in the last days that I've been absent from the streams, okay? Because it has been a wild time, okay? I have been through probably some of the most painful shit of all time. Okay, not really. It's not really that. It's not a big a deal. Listen, bro. Basically, I had, well, first of all, it was Halloween. I had kind of like social events, social gathering to attend. Like, I'm not a party. I was just, anyways. It's not really. I was just doing some shit. But then there's two midterm exams. This is the main thing. 2 midterm exams. Guess what, man? On a Sunday, aka today. Now I had to prepare for these midterm exams because one of them was on economics, and one of them was data structures and algorithms. Hence the title of the stream: data structures and algorithms. So yeah, I was preparing for those exams. I was studying very hard. Listen, bro. The thing I've learned about this whole college bullshit is that sometimes you could listen to the teacher, but sometimes they've just lost their fucking mind. They yap about a bunch of stuff, and you just can't understand it, man. You just can't understand it, and that's fine, man. You have to understand. That's fine. Can I sell this? Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I can upgrade this too. This is pretty nice. All right. So yeah, I've not been listening to my teachers all that much this semester. So basically, when the exam comes, I kind of have to lock in a little bit on, to not miserably fail the exam. So that is the situation I've been through, man. And yeah, sometimes it's not ideal, I can't lie. And especially when I had to do fucking economics, which, by the way, economics is different, bro. First, let's talk about economics. That's the first exam of the two. Now, first of all, it's Sunday, right? So I have to switch up my entire method of transportation to get to school because my usual train is not there because I live in Canada, a country that it has very shit train schedules, unlike a country that I've been to known as Japan, which has incredible train schedules. But anyways, I'm not here to complain about trains. I had to switch up my method of transportation because the exam was on a Sunday, which I would argue is not ideal. Oh, shit, I messed up a little bit. And I have no more time, do I? Alright, we're just gonna sacrifice around here, it's all good. Anyways, I had to figure out my transportation, which is kind of a mess up. And I had to learn everything. Now, guys, I'm gonna be real. This class, data structures and algorithms, or no, first of all, economics, right? Economics was not a regular class with fucking lectures and shit, okay? Economics was a freaky-ass class, also known as a no-lecture, self-learning virtual class. Which means they expect us to keep up with the schedule without having any classes to go in. You live in Canada? Yes. They expect... Dude, why am I destroying these guys so badly? What the hell? Now I'm gonna be real, guys. There's lecture videos they expect me to watch, and I don't know who these guys think I am, but my ass is not gonna sit there and watch lecture videos. You know, so I just look at the slides and I read them, and I'm like, bet I understand that shit, you know? And then there's these weekly labs, and the weekly labs, I made a TikTok about these weekly labs, one of the labs I did. 60 questions, and many of those 60 questions have multiple parts, so I'm basically like slaving away for hours doing that shit. Those labs are not my favorite thing. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be real. Okay? But I do the labs, and you know what, I'm not gonna lie, guys, sometimes I slack off a bit doing the labs. Did I just win that? Wow, that was clutch. Okay, yeah, so the labs are very annoying. Sometimes I slack off. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do gain a little bit of help off of known chat services on the web. If you know, you know. Okay? If you know, you know. So, I'm not gonna lie, my knowledge in economics, without those resources in high pressure situations such as exams, might not be the best. They may not be the best, okay? So yes, maybe I did struggle a bit. But you know what? That's okay. Because sometimes you struggle and shit, and sometimes those econ labs are way too complicated for no fucking reason, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I studied hard for this shit, okay? I studied well. Listen, I reread the textbook shit. I didn't watch those bitch-ass lectures, but I reread the textbooks and shit. But yo, guess what? First exam, economics. 75 multiple choice questions. And we only get an hour and 45 minutes or some shit. If you do the math, that's like 3 minutes per question or something. That shit is not enough time, bro. I mean, usually I like to check over my answers, but dude, you just have to bro, if you don't know a question, you just fucking check an answer, man. You just have to take the L sometimes, man. And I'm a perfectionist, and for me, that's like, I don't love doing that, man. I don't love taking the L on questions. I like to meticulously check every question to make sure I get it right. So for me, it's hard to do the type of exams where I have to rush, you know, because I have to sacrifice those marks, and it's like, yeah, for me, I don't really fuck with all that, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah. So anyways, I did the economics test. Listen, I'd say I was very confident on about like 30% of those questions I knew well. And then there's like the other half, like The other rest of the questions, half of them I probably knew as a 50-50, and the other half somewhat of a guess. So basically it was a bit of a gambling session for me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, your boy was gambling on the exam. Yeah, I'm cooked here, aren't I? Frenzy. Wait, what? Oh, that was the biggest clutch of all time. Don't know how that won that. I think I have a decent shot at passing that shit, but yeah, I don't know, dude. It could be anything, bro. I might as well have just been rolling a dice at that shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, that was the economics exam. Pretty decent. Now, the data structures and algorithms. Now, guys, data structure and algorithm is a class that I actually understood. A matter of fact, it's one of the only classes that I genuinely understand to a certain degree. The other classes, I cannot stay awake. Therefore, I'm kind of behind on. I'll be honest. I'm kind of behind. Matter of fact, it's mostly stuff that I've seen like in previous classes. So I'm confident for that class, right? I was studying. Collecting data, it's about oh, I just lost badly, damn. It's about a whole lot of stuff, like basically just like algorithms in computer science, like solving complex problems in like programming terms, and then the data is like different ways of storing data and using those data storage things to solve the problems, you feel me? So I'm kind of confident, right? So I was studying for this exam, but I put most of my focus on economics. And dude, you know what? First of all, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this about one last thing about economics, dude. Wizard not that good? Fair enough. Let me tell you one last thing, okay? I was very nervous about economics the night before, so I was like contemplating staying up longer to study. And listen, bro. I decided at one point to call it quits and say, fuck it, let me just get some good sleep. And you know what? I could not have been more right, because no amount of studying would have prepared me for that bullshit. Okay? No amount of studying would have prepared me for that bullshit. Like, we were just doomed, man. It's not ideal. Might be cooked here. Yeah. So I called it quits, and yeah, dude, no amount of studying would have helped me on that one. And for data structures, listen, I didn't study that much. I mean, I had to study for 2 exams that were on a Sunday. So your boy, like, listen, bro, we're not gonna be at 100%. Like, it is what it is. We're not gonna be at 100%, but that's fine, bro. That's fine at the end of the day. So I pull up to the exam having done a decent amount of studying, and I'm like, all right, it's gonna be fine. And listen, I open up the first page of this bullshit fucking exam made by buffoons. Buffoons, okay. And I read the first question, and it's the one topic I did not fucking study. It's the one topic I did not study. And then I read the second question, and I'm pretty sure that shit was also, or maybe not the second. I don't know. There was like 1 or 2 other questions. So like 3 total. Oh, I just won that shit. Damn, GG's. 1 or 2 other questions that were also on the shit I did not study. The one topic that I did not study that I specifically remember. Mods, ban that guy, please. I specifically remember looking at this topic and going over in class, right? Because I attend these lectures, right? And I remember going over this shit in class, and I remember the teacher talking about this for a good 2 to 3 minutes, and then never fucking mentioning that shit again. Straight up, bro. Straight up. So it's like, how come I get 3 of the multiple choice questions and like a couple of the true or false questions on a topic that my teacher has not talked about at all? So I assumed it was not too important. But apparently it was a fucking pivotal factor of this exam, bro. It was a pivotal factor. See, that cooked me. So that exam was bullshit. Also, not enough time. Someone came in and gave us 15 extra minutes. I don't know why, but listen, bro. I guess they added a question by accident, because dude, we didn't have enough time either for that bullshit. Let me tell you right now. What is he doing? What is the electrodyne fucking doing, dude? Spawning in a portal, buddy. There's spawning in electricity. There's nobody around you in that radius, buddy. You are not doing any damage. So multiple choice, guys. These multiple choice questions are buffoonery. There's some true or false questions, more shit that I barely know, more super specific stuff. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, bro, there's some topics I did know pretty well, so I think I did pretty decently on that. But yeah, we'll definitely find out later, bro. Again, another a lot of 50-50s on there. But we got it done, bro. Listen, dude, there's this one thing where you gotta build a tree of like bubbles and shit. I don't know, man. But all I know, guys, is that the reason I've been absent for the last couple days here is data structures and algorithms, man. My nemesis. Not really my nemesis. I'd say my nemesis is the other classes, like system hardware type bullshit. Yeah, dude, that was a data structures test. I think I passed pretty well. I'd say if I were to bet on that, I probably passed. And yeah, my teacher's buffoon. And again, Evo Blink. What do you mean Evo Blink, bro? This is the thing I've learned about studying. At a certain point, you could try, right? The night before, you could try. You could sit there and be like, you know what? I think I could do this. I think I could study and get a good grade, even though I feel like I'm cooked right now. At a certain point, it becomes like, yo, just put the fries in the bag, bro. Just put the fries in the bag, because no amount of studying the night before at fucking 11:30 p.m. is gonna help anything. Because at the end of the day, these exams are fucking bullshit, bro. They throw some random shit on you, and the only thing that's gonna matter is your ability to react to that, bro. The only thing that's gonna matter is your ability to react to that. So yeah, that's why I got a good night's sleep. And yeah, we'll see if it pays off. We'll just run this. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that's enough to beat him. Although actually, the giant skeleton might be good. Okay.
676
octodecillion. Okay. No, yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Alright, I just finished the data structures and algorithm rant. Hey, look, I got knights.